Distinguished Chairman and every professor, good afternoon. I'm from Séance Orthopedic Hospital in China. The title of my report is Fully 3D Printing Guide Plate Assisted DKA by the Supervised Approach. Introduction. Total knee arthroplasty has been widely used in the end stage of knee disease. Status. In 2018, there are no more than 600,000 artificial joints in China, among which the proportion of knee joint is 36%. So, because different regions, different patients, or different doctors and different methods, so different results. Morphogenesis and anatomical features. The anatomical morphogenesis of femoral condyle and tibial plateau is obviously different between Eastern and Western races. The geometric parameters of knee joint also vary from north to south in China. Especially the anatomy of knee joint in southwest China has its own characteristic. Simulation of traditional method of knee replacement. We had tested 50 fully length images of femurs were selected to simulate the placement of intramedullary positioning rod on the computer. And it was found that the difference of operation would produce 6 degrees varus and 5.4 degrees varus angle. The development of 3D printing personalized guide plate in recent years. In the recent days, we did a personalized position and osteotomies for distal femur and proximal tibia with 3D printing guide plates. On this basis, we developed a 3D printing guide plate that can complete positioning and all osteotomies simultaneously. The fully 3D printing personalized guide plates, the 2-block, tibial personalized osteotomy plate, 1 block. The femur personalized osteotomy plate, 2 blocks. The materials from October 2016 to October 2018, 70 cases underwent fully 3D printing guided plate TKA were selected. Diagnosis: knee osteoarthritis and rheumatoid arthritis and traumatic arthritis and neuroarthritis. Some cases were accompanied by male knee valgus and valgus. Some cases were associated with different severity of flexion, contracture deformity. Body mass index 19.1 to 38.5. There were 20 males and 50 females aged 52 to 70 years old, average 63.31 years old. All patients were approved by the ethics committee of our hospital, and all patients signed informed consent. Design and making of individualized guide plate for knee joint. Preoperative 64-room double source spiral CT scan of both lower leg was performed and the parameters were exported in the PACS system in the CAM format, which was imported into mimics software to obtain the 3D model and lower limbs, position and mechanical access. The osteotomy plane of distal femur and the proximal tibial and related planes were determined according to the lower limb mechanical access and then converted into bone stem file for processing in UG 8.5 software to determine positioning holes and osteotomy planes. Meanwhile, the file will imported into gridbot FDM for printing get plate. Surgical approach selection. A longitudinal incision was made in a model of the anterior knee, and the subversus approach was adopted to open the capsule from the medial border of the vastus medullaris to the distal fissure of the vastus medullaris to the medial 1 centimeter of parapatellar and the middle 1 centimeter of tibial tubercle. It looks like an inverted L. Patelloplasty. Patellar ossified of some inflammatory synovial membrane were removed. Some extra bone was removed from the lateral side of the patella. Cartilage removal and patellar articular surface plasty. Extracorporeal of the peripatellar nerve. Shape the patella to Weber 2. Tibial osteotomy. The radial, medial, and lateral meniscus and anterior posterior cruciate ligament were removed. Remove osteophyte of proximal tibial. The cartilage surface of the positioning point of the 3D printing personalized guide piece of tibia was described, and the mark point was made. Make the 3D printing guide plate in effective contact with the bone, measure the osteotomy plane accurately, then osteotomy. Make the tibia groove. Femoral osteotomy. Remove osteophyte of distal femur. Similarly, and the corresponding cartilage surface of the femoral condyle was described, and the fully 3D printing guide plate of the femoral side was placed. Osteotomy of distal femur, anterior condyle, posterior condyle, anterior oblique plane, and posterior oblique plane were performed to connect the guide plate of intercondylar fossa and treat intercondylar fossa. Flexion, extension, measurement, trial, test, and prosthesis installation. Flexion, extension, measurement. This is the first. And the second is the trial test. And then femur and the tibial osteotomy surface were cemented with antibiotic bone cement. The last processes and the bearing were installed. Follow-up. The follow-up period was 12 to 24 months. The old incision held in the first stage. There were no infection, processes, losing, displacement, and subsidence. Table 1, operative time, intraoperative blood loss, and postoperative drainage. Mean operative time, 46 12.7 plus minus 13.6 minutes. Mean intraoperative blood loss 78.4 plus minus 16.7 milliliters. Mean postoperative drainage 123.2 plus minus 33.5 milliliters. The postoperative photographic examination, the average hip, knee, ankle angle improved significantly after surgery, and the difference was statistically significant, p less than 0.05. The FFC angle, FTC angle, LFF angle, and FTC angle deviation were all less than 3 degrees. Type 2 surgical accuracy evaluation. Post-operation, Hill HKA 178 plus minus 2.7. Mean FFC deviation 1.0 plus minus 0.3. Mean FTC deviation 1.3 plus minus 0.4. Mean LFF deviation 2.1 plus minus 0.6. Mean TC 2.5 plus minus 0.48. HSS and VAS score. HSS knee score was improved and VAS score was decreased 3 months after surgery compared with the before surgery. And the difference was statistically significant, p less than 0.05. Type 3, postoperative and postoperative functional evaluation. 18. HSS score, pre-operation 46.58 plus minus 10.67. 3 months after surgery, 96.71 plus minus 7.9. VAS score 6.32 plus minus 89, 1.89. 3 months after surgery, 2.17 plus minus 0.84. Conclusion: all of these cases no need for intramedullary localization, and acuity osteotomy and acuity selection of prosthesis size and personalized treatment, basically. The operative time was short and the operation is simplified. Both intraoperative blood loss and operative time were decreased. The postoperative hip, knee, ankle angle was significantly improved, and the deviation of related angle parameters was less than 3 degrees compared with the standard angle. Thinking. Shortcoming of this study. The number of included cases was less. The following up time was short, and individualized difference in clinical data and long-term effects could not be well analyzed. More clinical application that will be gradually accumulated and explored and improved in O2, provided better convenient and personalized treatment for clinical surgery. We have another group with traditional method with, say, 70 cases. The Schedule 1 comparison, mean operative time, intraoperative blood loss, and postoperative drainage. The traditional group is mean operative time 57.1 plus minus 13.6. Main intraoperative blood loss 161.7 plus minus 35.4. The main postoperative deviation 193.5 plus minus 73.9. Conclusion: the difference between the 3D group and the traditional group was statistically significant, p less than 0.05. Schedule 2, postoperative photograph examination. And the traditional group, mean HKA 176.0 plus minus 3.1. Mean FFC deviation 2.5 plus minus 0.8. Mean FTC deviation 2.3 plus minus 1.3. Mean FF deviation 1.5 plus minus 0.7. Mean LTC deviation 4.6 plus minus 2.1. Scale 3, le HSS was score. 3 months after surgery functional evaluation, traditional group HSS score 89.02 plus minus 8.5. Was score 3.04 plus minus 1.50. And we have compared the 4 kinds of method. One is traditional, one is navigation, one is 3D printing, one is robotics. So, schedule 4, comparison of various techniques. Traditional advantage, low cost, no special equipment required. This advantage is own shortcomings restoring the lower limb alignment, and another processes position mainly depends on the experience of the surgeon. The navigation advantage accurate lower limb alignment. The one disadvantage, one is prolonged operation time, another is the high cost. The 3D printing advantage is personalized.
Yes.
Another accuracy orthopédique, and another short operating time. Disadvantage of cartilage scraping and gate plate deformation, and the last long waiting time before surgery. The robot advantage accurate lower limb alignment, and this advantage prolongs operation time, the high cost, and cause some complications. Case 1. This is a female, 63 years old, both knee joint men, but mainly right side, limited movement for 7 years, gravitated for 1 year, 15 degrees various deformity, range of motion 20 degrees to 80 degrees. The left side is the pre-operation. The right side is the post-operation. X-ray. Case 2, female, 77 years old, right knee joint pain, limited movement for 5 years, aggravated for 2 years, right knee works 15 degrees, low 10 degrees to 70 degrees. Left is pre-operative, and the right is the post-operative. This case is the left knee was operated 5 years ago. Case 3, female 76 years old, right knee pain, limited movement for 5 years, aggravated for 5 months, right knee works 20 degrees raw, 10 degrees and 85 degrees. The left is the pre-operative, and the right is the post-operative. But the right hip was operated 3 years ago. So, finish the end of my report. Thank you very much. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you very much, Professor Vivo, for your excellent paper. Have you some question in the audience about this replacement? Patrice Merton? No question. I have a question. Your replacement is manufactured in China or not? Your new replacement?
Well,
China, okay. And you say that it is necessary to save some money. And is the guide expensive for you? The guide, the 3D guide, is it expensive or not?
You mean I do this operation the whole long time? Operation this
Pardon? Vous parlez français? Est-ce que vous pouvez lui demander où est fabriqué le guide de coupe? S'il est fabriqué dans l'hôpital ou par le fabricant de prothèses? Et quel est son prix?
OK， 价格是应该是在5万人民币。
$50. Ça fait combien de dollars? Combien?
50 000.
Oui, ça fait combien de dollars? 50 000 yuan.
Donc le prix est à peu près de 50 000 yuan, c'est en monnaie chinoise. Et on a fabriqué dans l'usine.
Ok. Thank you. Another question? Yves Catonnet, tu as une question? No question. Okay. Professor Vivo, thank you very much for your excellent paper. Thank you.